Good morning. Good morning, guys. I'm so excited to be here. We'll be starting in exactly 2 minutes, but before that, I wanted to connect with all of you here and uh, and see how many people are here from all these different places from around the country. I'm so excited, so excited. Where are we here now? Yeah. So today it's a very special day. It's really so nice to have you all on the webinar here. That's meanwhile it's uh, here's how it works. I'm going to start presenting in a minute from now, but before that, if you just scroll down the page that you're watching this online masterclass on, you will see a section on the right side which is you got a question. So, and there's also a submit your question box below that. So this box will be using not only for questions but also for interaction. If I ask you, let's start with that. Please put in your name and your email address, and the first thing that you will be asking as a question is not exactly a question. I would rather ask you to say where you are from and what's your name, and anyway we'll have your name. You just say where you are from, and that way we can have a quick intro section before we actually start up this program. That way I will also know who is participating from which place. Yeah. So go ahead. Wow, I see Shiva from, I think from Hyderabad, perhaps. He says, good morning. Good morning, Shiva. Awesome. Wish you a great success to your webinar today. Thank you so much. I'm here already waiting to hear from you. That's so nice. And we have Kumar here, and we have Kumar from Pune, I guess. And there is Daisy here. Good morning, Daisy. And there's Poonam here again from Pune. And I don't need to. This is not a question, so I don't need to answer the questions. And we have Shankar from Bangalore. People are coming in, and we have close to about 103 people live on this webinar here today. I'm so excited. This is what I think I did just one other webinar long ago in India. This is going to be my practically this is online masterclass, especially for the book authoring program. So excited to be here. All right. So if you're looking at the screen right now, probably you're seeing my first slide, your own book for non-writers. That's how that's where it all starts. So now it's 11:31. I don't want you to wait any longer. Let's get started. A few people are trickling in, coming in online now, and they will join us as we proceed. A lot to cover today, so let's get started with the first thing. As I usually start my presentations, I know that you're already successful because you know what? If you all believe in this statement, like success is a journey and not a destination, and since you are already on your journey to success, journey to progress, every day you're making that progress, so you're already on that journey, and that means you are already successful. So I'm so honored to be here, to be able to present to all of you here online, sitting in my room and reaching the entire country. And we have some people from around the world as well participating, from Bangladesh, from Pakistan, from Singapore and other areas as well. So I welcome you all. I cheer you on, I encourage you, and I promise I will keep up my time and get you right across this online masterclass in as quickly as possible, so that the more the time we spend together on this, I will make it worthwhile for all of you. All right. So let's get started. Right, here it is. So what you can expect today: discover how 3 regular people go from being unseen to becoming rock stars in their industry, including one of the most effective, most exclusive, wealthy, and influential niches in the world. That's what we are going to learn today. And I'm also going to share a secret tool that has turned hundreds of ordinary people into successful entrepreneurs, key influencers, sought after coaches, highly paid trainers, expert authorities, and best selling authors. That's what we'll be covering today as well. And I'm able to do all this. I did the skydiving, I toured around the world, I went on cruises, and I spent time with the most brilliant minds on the planet, and 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 drove expensive cars and helicopter rides and whatnot. I was able to do it. I will share my story with you, but I was able to do all this because I offer high value programs like a publishing program that costs like $15,000 or about 10 lakhs in INR per person. And also, I also offer consulting programs at $20,000 per assignment. So I was able to do, but all of this was not here before. I'll tell you. I will share my story with you. Here are some of my um, events that I did, especially in India. I started with the Super Achievers Summit in February this year, and again another international summit that happened in September this year. Again, the 10x Wealth and Business. And here are some of the pictures from these two major events I did in India. I do a lot of events in North America because I've been living there for some time now, almost more than a decade now. And I own and operate multiple brands, and some of them are $1 million brands. But all of these things did not start like that. I will share my story with you in a moment. So it all started, with me, as a dropout from college. I had to drop out of college to take care of my family business. And then what happens? Girlfriend ditches. As soon as you drop out of college, this is the result of that. And then the next step, when you're dejected, this is what happens. You lose focus. And when I was not having focus and driving on the street, I met with this accident, which which made me sit or lie down on the bed for the next 2 months, doing a journey into my inwards. And then the situations ended up in such a way that the very reason I dropped out of college was to support the family business. But then the business broke down as well because of all the meltdown that happened and all the economy that was going bad. The business also broke down. But that gave me an opportunity to start my journey as a solopreneur. I decided I had to start something on my own, do something on my own. And again, there was a 5-year struggle, 5-year learning, doing, adjusting, tweaking, and then the birth of InfoYogis happened, which I did in the US back then, because InfoYogis was a company that was formed to cater into digital marketing world, internet marketing and digital marketing world. And we did not have any business or exposure in India. So I decided to go to the United States because there were all my customers were there. So I decided I will start my company there. And from then on, there was no turning back. Everything else is history. And that gave me an opportunity to go around the world, meet the best minds on the planet, work with some of them, become their customer, and then become their partner. So it gave me the perspective of going. I have toured almost more than 25 to 30 different countries multiple times. So that gave me all this amazing perspective. Oops, what happened? Starts from again. Okay. Okay. Here we go. Lose focus, bike accident, broken business, solopreneur, InfoYogis. Yes, this is where we were. And I would say that perspective gave me the ability to create all these multiple brands that I showed you at the beginning of the presentation. And then I also became an author because I was in this new country, and I had to build my business. I had a team of people working in India. It was years ago. It was in the early 2000s. So I became an author so as to grow my business, increase my credibility, increase my reputation. And then the next step after becoming an author was to become a speaker. I watched all my heroes and sheroes. Some of them I will share. I watched them go on the stages and speak on stages as well, and positively impact a lot of people with their work. So I decided I should become a speaker too. And again, it was another learning experience. I'm so glad I learned this skill, because today I'm able to spread my message far and wide with my books as well as with my speaking. And today I call myself as a futurist. It is a group of people that I belong to, where we figure out technologically what's happening around the world, and what happened during the last 5 years, 10 years, and what's going to happen in the next 5, 10, 15, 20 years technologically. The advancements that is happening in the technology world, and how it can positively impact our the entire planet, and what to do about it, and figure out whether there are opportunities and take advantage of these opportunities, as well as educate people on the new thing, the most abundant time in the entire history of humankind is today. That's what I believe. So if you are with me so far, go to the chat box below, the question and answer box, and say that I am here, and I will know that you are there. So that will give me all this interaction, which is lacking in this in this online presentation, because I usually do this master classes in a live environment where I can see the participants, see you, and we can interact with each other. Here, the only way to interact is through the chat box. So and let me know that you are there. Perfect. And here are some pictures, some of my heroes and sheroes that that I really love and admire. There are many more. These are some of the really important people that have had the opportunity. I'm so humble and honored and blessed, I should say, to be able to work with such amazing people and learn from them, some of them, and follow them, become partners with them, and help them spread their message across. And along with them, I am helping myself spread my message, and also help spread your message possibly in the future as well. So you can see Tony Robbins, Sir Richard Branson, Michael Hyatt, Deepak Chopra, Jordan, Ariana Huffington, all these amazing people that I was so fortunate enough to be able to work with. Now, here are some people, some very well-known people around the world. I think you recognize most of them. These are. I just wanted to ask you this question: did you notice that coaches, trainers, leaders, business owners nowadays are making it really big with their own books? That was my question. And what do you think of this? That was my next question, actually. So you don't have to answer this, but keep in mind, this is what is happening around the world. My next question, which which I would like to ask you, is who is your role model? Who is your hero or shero? And why are they looking at becoming public? All these, I think almost all of these guys, these people who are generally, have people have them as role models, they have all become published authors. I think everyone has got a message to share. What will be, or what will a book do for someone's business? Imagine you are a role model, whoever that role model is for you. Most of them, I guarantee that they have published their message in the form of a book, sometimes many books, or at least one book. So if you are in an industry or a business, you just think about the one or two people in your industry who are the topmost positions, and I'm almost like 100% sure that they are published authors in some way or the other, either in India or abroad. So a book is something that creates a lot of traction for someone's message, because a book goes to all the different places where you cannot go. That's the reason. So let's go to the next step on this. Let's talk about your own book. What your own book can give for you if you decide to write and publish one in the near future. And I'm going to tell you how you can do that without writing or hiring a ghostwriter, because that's my promise today. But first, let's understand what a book can do for you. Number one, a book can give you access, power, access, income, and power. How? Number one, your readers and prospects will take you to bet with them, which means which means they will take your book to read on the bet. That's where most people read their books. So that's what I meant there. And your own book will help you competition and recession proof your business. How you can differentiate your business or yourself, personal branding, if you are into personal branding. How do you differentiate yourself from others? How do you show to your audience that you're different and competitive, and you're the elite? How do you do that? A book can help you do that. And number three, a book gives you celebrity, authority, expert status, and a voice for your message. And a book also gives you access to VIPs, celebrities, CEOs, and media. I'm going to show you that as a resource during this presentation, how I was able to get in touch with celebrities, and how you can do that as well. And a book also gives you opportunity and increased chances of getting interviews, and give you speaking gigs and exposure to media, traffic, leads, sales. All these are byproducts of having your own book. I will explain all of them here in this presentation. And then your book also gives you the ability to multiply your income 3 to 5 times in a single year, because that's what has happened to many of our authors. I will share some examples with you today. And a book also gives you time, money, and family freedom with the family, along with having money and along with having time. These are the most important things on this planet, and most people struggle their entire lives to get this. Whereas everyone today, especially you who are the lucky people who are on this webinar right now, you have the ability, the strategy, and the weapon to get all three together with your book. I'll tell you how to do that. Let's go to the next one right here. All right. So how do you create or rapidly create books? Because today it's a technology, it's a fast world, and I don't want you to think or wait 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years to write and benefit from your own book. I want you to benefit from your book in 30 days, in 60 days, in terms of days, not weeks or months. So let's explore how do you create books so rapidly that you can keep coming up with one book after the other. So here's a quick framework that I want to give you today. This is one of the most important takeaways from this presentation as well. You just make a note of this. You need to brainstorm and come up with 10 FAQs and 10 SAQs. FAQs are frequently asked questions about your topic. You choose a topic, and what are the 10 questions that people are asking on this topic? And SAQs stands for should ask questions. Should ask questions. What are the 10 questions that people should be asking you, but they are not? You are the expert. You decide these are the questions that people need to be asking. For example, if you are an expert on GST, people should be asking you certain questions. What are those questions? And then what you need, make a list of all these questions, brainstorm them, select 10 FAQs and 10 SAQs, and then what else you need? You need transformational stories. Like, for example, I shared my transformational story at the starting of this presentation. You may share your own presentation or your own transformational story, or you can also share other people's stories that you have helped transform as well. And then what you need this 3 to 10-minute responses, short responses for each one of those questions that you listed in the first task above, like 10 FAQs and 10 SAQs. 3 to 10-minute responses. I mean audio responses, not the written responses. If someone asks you this question, or have someone ask you these questions, one after the other, you respond to these questions, give responses in 3 to 10-minute max. All right, that's what you need. The fourth thing that you need to create is or a set of points to build credibility and trust, like stories, events, what happened, when it happened, why certain things happen, which can which can increase or build credibility and trust for each one of your points. Or you can also give examples. And then what you need to talk about problems faced by your audience. What are the other problems that people are talking about? What are their problems? This is what will get that attraction into your messaging. This is what attracts people to listen to your message. You don't have to be famous, you don't have to be the richest, you don't have to be the most intelligent person to write a book. You need to have these uh, or all these material in order to write and publish your book. And the next one, what's your solution to those problems? Questions faced by people that will get their attention, and you give them the solution. What are the different solutions that people can or you can give to the people? And then you can also repurpose this entire presentation or this entire the content that you create from this exercise to post on social media. I will show you how. Here it is. Once you do this exercise, once you have all these FAQs, SAQs, and question and answer, and all this entire formatting, that is going to be your content. You can create videos, you can create podcasts, books, you can put the same content on social media networks, and you can do your own blogs. You can write an article about each question, elaborate that. And you can also uh, go to the media, go to radio, to TV, the print, with all these questions. Because when you go to media, they will usually ask you to give them a set of questions to ask in advance. Now you already have them, and lucky for you, you also know the answers to these questions because you created those questions. And you can also put or use this content to create your own workshops, your own seminars, coaching, mentoring, all this different form of content you can create with this exercise. And now let's explore quickly 10 reasons and ways your book will rapidly increase your celebrity status, value, authority, list size, and JV relationships, and also income. Let's move. I'm moving really fast because I know there's a weekday, it's a Thursday in the morning session. I want to move really fast and get to the point where you understand the importance of publishing your own book and get to that quick, fast, and easy. I'm going to share the easy method with you as well today. So yes, let's bust it out. Next one. Reason number one, your book is the best and easiest way to get more traffic, generate leads, build your list, and attract new clients to your business. Now imagine reaching all the people that you want to reach from with your messaging. Reason number two, a book will boost your influence, credibility, position yourself as a coach, speaker, consultant, expert. You can get paid 3 to 5 times more. For example, here are couple of our authors who are really doing well with their messaging. After they publish their books, they are now doing their own events, their own sessions. They are being called to give interviews in newspapers. They are being called to give interviews on TV shows. Their journey or their career has exploded overnight right after becoming published authors. So this can happen to you as well. The next one, a book is the ultimate foot in the door strategy, so your leads and prospects love to work with you. And this is what happened to me. I was flying from New York to Los Angeles, and it was a long flight, and it's almost like 6.5 hours. And I was sitting in this plane, and in the next row I saw Darren Hardy, was the who still is the publisher and founder of the Success magazine, and he was my hero. I grew up reading Success magazine. Like he was one of my heroes. I wanted to meet. On that flight journey, I was not able to strike a conversation with Darren for various reasons. Either he was sleeping or I was sleeping. He was busy, I was busy, or he was having food, and so on and so forth. But on the way out of the plane, when we are deplaning in the corridor, I was able to get next to Darren, and I said, all of us were hurrying up to leave the plane and go to our destinations and leave the airport. But I met Darren. I just went close to him and I said, Darren, sir, I know you. You are the editor of Success magazine, and I am your fan. I appreciate you, what you do for the society. And I also gave him my book. I had authored a book by the time, and I gave him a copy of my book, and I wrote a small note on the front cover of the book, inside cover of the book, and I asked him, please go to page number 47, which I think has a strategy probably that you can put to use. And I also signed the book and and also wrote my email address and telephone number. And Darren went his way and he said thank you and left, and I also left. And guess what? After a week, I get a call from Darren, and I meet him in his office, and we strike up a deal together, which ran to a lot of money. I cannot disclose how much on this webinar now, but it was. It turned out to be, uh, uh, I should say, like $500,000. The kind of effort that I did. All this happened with just one book. So that can happen to you as well. Let's move on. The next one. A book instantly builds credibility and credibility status, or celebrity status with prospects. So you can increase sales and your fees, like one of our authors, Amit Punjabi. He's again from India. I'm sharing my experiences with authors that I've worked with in India specifically, because today's presentation is specifically for my audience in India, because we have a business now, not only in North America and the US, we also have a business interest in India, and we have a registered office in India as well. So I will tell you more about that. Your book, reason number 5, will also get you speaking opportunities to, you can grow any business and also get international business. And this picture here on the screen that you see is one of our speakers for the last event, Dr. Emily Letran, who I got to know about after understanding and reading her book. And this book gave Emily the opportunity to come to India, to speak to thousands of people, and establish and launch her business in India, in a new country. And this can happen to you the other way around. You can be going to all these different other countries around the world, sharing your expertise, sharing your insights, sharing your knowledge, and expanding your business to international levels. Number 6, your book will make you an influencer, get you media attention, get you on radio shows, TV, podcast interviews, and traction in social media, so that your celebrity status and income multiplies. Just in the case of Shashidhar Jakali here, who is one of our authors, again from Bangalore. He was in the US as well, in the Middle East and the US, and now he is back in India, and he wrote a book, and within no time he is being invited to produce his own TV show because of the book. So my expectation is to see you, all of you, each one of you. There are hundreds of people on this webinar right now. I want to see all of you speaking on stages, on TV, and in the newspapers. And if you agree to this, type yes in the chat box so that I know how many people are actually ready to expand their business, their reach, their credibility, and go global. Next slide. Reason number 7. A book can help you grow your reach and business even in heavily regulated industries. Like, for example, wow, I'm just saying yes, yes, yes from so many people here. And have a few questions I see. Like, for example, Poonam asks, how do we gather the 10 FAQ? I'll get to that in the end because we have an exclusive FAQ, Q&A session at the end. So, and Ram is asking, how many days does it take to write a book? 30 days max, or up to 30 days to 60 days to create and publish your own book. I'm going to share with you that idea as well. So let's get back to the presentation. I just digressed and wanted to see who is, and this is what I see right now. All right. So getting back to the reason number 7, your book can help you reach or grow your reach and business in areas like financial planning, investing, medical, healthcare. These are stocks and trading, for example. These are highly regulated industries. But with a book, you can reach this, even in regulated industries, you can reach your audience to a large extent. Number 8, published authors make 2 to 5 times more income than others in any business language or location in the world. That's what happens to authors who have a business to support or their career. That's what happens. And does it work for me? Yes. Why not? Because a book is universal. A book doesn't have any borders, and it can go to all the different places where you can go. Next idea. Your book is a perfect way to share your message, support a charity or special interest, and leave your legacy behind. Now, you have been in this industry for some time now. How many of you have a great message that you can share that can really help and inspire a lot of people? I think you are very observant on what's happening in the industry and keep a tab on all the development. And I say that because you're on this webinar on a weekday thinking about publishing, and that says a lot about how observant you are. And I think you are observing what's happening. Not only that, but I also think that you can really help and inspire a lot of people with what you have already understood about the world, about the wisdom that you already have, the perspectives that you already have. Or most people do not attempt to think about writing a book because they think to know everything. If you know even something, if you are good at something, that's enough. Good is enough. You don't have to be great. And you can go from being good to great after publishing, because that way you will get to reach all these people that you can inspire through your messaging, through your book. All right. Reason number 10. Books sell your products and services faster and easier. Your book can talk about what you do. It's like a brochure, but in the form of a book. It can talk directly to your readers, and it can talk about what you do, who you do it for, include case studies and examples and results, and invite the reader to try them out. This way, it is not commercial in nature. When you imagine that you go and meet a highly valuable prospect, that could mean like you're going to get a business of let's say 10 lakh rupees. All right. So you're going and meeting this person, and if the deal goes through, the person is going to send you 10 lakh rupees business. You give them a business card, your book on the topic. What do you think has the more positive impact? Definitely a book can can increase the trust factor, increase the know, like, and trust factors to a whole new level that just a business card cannot do by itself. A business card, where the business cards end up after networking events, for example. Most of these business cards end up in the trash can, in the dustbin, right? Most books, 99%, or I can say 100% of these books never get trashed. So people value books more than your business card, and it's also a very clever way to pass on your marketing message in the form of a book. And my one example is this book called The LASIK Eye Laser Miracle. It follows the exact same outline I taught you earlier in the presentation, the FAQ, SAQ model. And Dr. Andrew Castor today is the world's #2 surgeon. And all this happened because he was smart enough to understand he has to create that distinction, that value distinction from other LASIK surgeons around him. So he wrote this book with answering questions from 10 FAQs and SAQs that people were asking about LASIK, and I was one of the recipients of his book. That's the reason why I want to share this story with you. And all the book did was answer basic and important questions about LASIK. Most of the answers that I already knew, but still it came from a surgeon. So that prompted so many people to go back to his clinic in Beverly Hills in Los Angeles, and I paid like $6,000 to get my LASIK done, whereas I could have come back to India and got it done for like $1,000. But still, I'm very happy with the results. I'm very happy with how the marketing happened. It was not like Dr. Andrew Custer was not giving away his business cards. He said, "You look like you're wearing glasses," because I was wearing glasses by the time, and you look like you're suffering from wearing your glasses for a long time. So here's a book on this topic. And that made me go and do business with him. And I saw so many other people doing business with him in the similar fashion as well. So that's why I say books sell your products and services faster and easier. And I'm here to help you do exactly that. If you are having a business, if you're having a practice, if you are a professional, if you own a business, my job is to help you dramatically increase your business by helping you become an internationally published author, and which I'm going to explain to you in a moment now. Just hold on to your horses, ladies and gentlemen. Right. Next thought. The bottom line is, number one, you don't have to be a writer to be an author, because you don't have to write your book. You can speak your book. If you just remember the model I gave you earlier, you have 10 questions, 20 questions. You have someone ask these questions, and you answer these questions, and you record this response on your phone, on your mobile phone. Everyone has that in their pockets today, or their bags today. So open your mobile phone, answer all these questions, and get it transcribed. So that is going to be or become your draft or your manuscript. Okay, from that, a book can be created. Professionally made book can be created. So you don't have to writer to become an author. You can, if you can talk about your topic, if you can answer a few questions on your topic, then you can become an author. Number two, books works in any business topic, language, or country, because as I told you, books doesn't have any borders. And number three, a good book can be done in weeks, not months or years, because that's the time it takes for you to answer so many questions. If someone asks me, like, how long would it take for me to publish my book? My answer is, the counter question is, how long would it take for you to answer 20 questions about your topic? If you can answer 20 questions about your topic in one day, you can create your manuscript in, let's say, maximum in a week's time. So that's the reason why I say anyone in any topic, if they follow my advice, they can be creating their book, their own book, not by hiring someone to write their work, or not by actually going through the process of writing. They can speak their book in 30 days max, or for people who are really into very analytical and want to go deeper, 60 days. That's all. And after that, it takes for me a month or 6 weeks to actually take the content that you give me, to polish the top and publish it internationally. There are several steps involved, but I have a team to take care of that. I will tell you about that. The bottom line today is, book is a great way to package your ideas, your story, and marketing all in this one beautiful package, which is your own book. And the next one is, this will help you stand out from the crowd. It will give you instant credibility, reputation, and authority which you can claim by writing a book on your topic. And not just one book, folks. Remember, everybody has got one books in their heads. If you don't see, so many people don't believe this, but that is how it is. People write books because they think they have to write the best book, and they have to write about everything they know. Folks, the brain that you have between your ears, the 6 inches, that is tremendous, in terms of the information it has. And if you want to download the entire brain into your book, probably you need an encyclopedia. You can fill that much. You may not know this, but that's how it is. My argument is, our idea is to start with one book on one topic that you really care about, and that is something that your readers want to read. And then you can, once you know the formula, how it works, you can keep applying the same system and come up with many, many, many more books. All right. Next one, you get more deals, you can charge more money, and you can become competition and recession proof your business. The result of all this is, again, money, family, freedom. Again, freedom with the family. So I think you should write a book too. I mean, it's really something you must consider that can elevate your identity a whole new level. It can elevate your identity to a whole new level. I wanted to repeat that. And you should become the top authority in your topic. And a book is a great, great way to do that. Next step. There are two things that are really, really difficult to get in this world. Number one is attention, and number two is trust. Attention and trust. And folks, a book will get you both. It'll get you attention, it will also get you trust at the same time. And now, this is a very recent research. According to a Harvard psychologist, Amy Cuddy, who is also an author, by the way, she says people judge you based on two criteria. Judge you means, like, whenever you have this conversation, people decide, the other person decides their opinion about you based on these two questions. Number one, can I trust this person? And number two, can I respect this person? How many of you want to be trusted? How many of you want to be respected? Trust, respect. These are the two main things. And this is what you see here is research backed, folks. This is not just, I'm not coming up with this thing. This is based on years of research by Amy Cuddy, and she has written an entire book about it. If you want to buy and read this book, I think it's available on Amazon. I encourage you to do that. But the essence of this research is these two questions: can I trust this person? Can I respect this person? That's what your prospects, people who you meet, people who you reach through your messaging, they're all trying to make an opinion about you with these two questions: can I trust this person? Can I respect this person? If the answer is yes to both of these questions, then the relationship blossoms. The business, it drives business, it drives motivation. You'll be able to inspire so many people. The people will get attracted to you to take the next step or go to the next level. This can also apply to relationships. It can apply to your business, your career, your growth, your interaction, the whole communication. From you to the world can happen with this research. Hope you find a lot of value with this, and if you did, mention that in the chat box so that I know and understand how you feel or what you feel. Right. Next one. This is important, folks. I want you to now close your eyes for a moment and make a wish. Go ahead, do that. Close your eyes. I will alert you when you have to open your. It will just take like 30 seconds to 1 minute. Close your eyes and imagine yourself as a best-selling author. Do not think about how it can happen or when it can happen. Just think that you've already become a best-selling author. Your books are now in your hand and also on Amazon, Flipkart, whichever place that people go and buy books. Your picture is on the book. Your content and messaging is within the book. And the smell of the freshly printed copy of the book, that's in the air right now. And now imagine, how would you feel? Imagine what it does for you. What would your family think about you now? What would your children think about you if you have? What would your parents say and feel about your book, or you in particular? How would your friends treat you? How would your teachers, gurus, mentors react to you becoming an internationally published author? How would the entire world feel about you? And how would you feel about the world? Imagine the kind of inspiration you can do, the positive impact that you can bring to the people who read your book. How your business or career expands with the book. I wanted you to, now you can open your eyes now. I wanted you to really feel this in your heart, because I don't want to do anything in a half-hearted effort. If you want to go write a book and publish a book with me or on yourself, no problem. Do it with complete faith and complete involvement about this thing. And because that is the reason why so many people do not complete writing or publishing their book, because they do not give it their 100% or 110%, if you will. This exercise I specifically wanted to do with you because I wanted you to feel how it how it works, or how it when you publish your own book. I wanted you to feel the exact feelings around that particular situation, which means you are getting a brand new identity in this world. Because creating an identity, your name is not you. So many other people could have the same name with all these other things around you, and a book being is one of being one of them. You are creating a brand new identity for yourself. And imagine what it could do for you, for your business, your career, your confidence, and your courage, and your reach, so on and so forth. Next point. Okay. Reality check. Yes, we are back from the feeling of imagination. Let's get real. I want you to take 5 deep breaths. 5 deep breaths. 5 deep breaths. Go ahead. 5 deep breaths, and put yourself in one of these 2 buckets. Number 1, yes, I want to become an author no matter what. If you feel that way, that's good. You put yourself into this bucket, or think that you are in this group. It's also okay to feel to be in the second bucket, which is I still don't know, I am undecided. It's okay to be undecided now for a moment. All right, so decide yourself which bucket that you want to belong to, or which group you want to belong to, either 1 or 2. Either you want to become an author no matter what, or you're not decided yet. Let's move forward and see. And now let me share with you the pathway to becoming an internationally published best-selling author. And this is possible without writing, and also without hiring a ghostwriter to write your book for you. You can do it on your own, and I'm going to help you how to do that. Here's the way, here's the pathway. I'm organizing a bestseller boot camp, which means turn your knowledge, experience, wisdom into a money making, celebrity creating, best selling book guaranteed. That's what they'll be doing. Turn your knowledge into a best selling book guaranteed. Next step. When is it happening? It's happening on January 20th in Bengaluru. And here are the steps leading to you becoming a best-selling author in 60 to 90 days. Step one, planning, which involves many other sub-steps. These are the three major moves that will help you get published. Number one is planning. Number two is process, the actual process of figuring out the questions, figuring out the answers, putting together an outline for your book, selecting the audience, selecting the topic for your book, and also figuring out how to get this into the form of a manuscript. So this is step 1 and 2 happen during the bestseller group boot camp, which is on 28th January on the same day. And step 3 is publish, which is actually I'll be helping, or I'll be bringing my entire team to help you become a published author. We'll be bringing our copy editors, we'll be bringing proofreaders, we'll be bringing our formatters, designers, our programmers. I will explain all of these other tasks, but you don't have to do any of these things. We have, or I have, my entire team at your service if you go through the bestseller boot camp on January 20th with other people who are doing their books with me. Next step, bonus. Number one, if you decide to join me to write and publish your book with me through the boot camp on January 20th, here's number one bonus that I will give you. I will guarantee that I will publish your book with Stardom Books United States, which means I can say this because I own this Stardom Books in the US. So I will publish your book through it will become an internationally published book. You are going to become an internationally published author. And of course, you also get an international ISBN number, which means your book will become available for purchase from anywhere, any part of the world, and it will be printed, shipped, and delivered to this person anywhere in the world without you having to do anything. You don't have to handle the orders, handle the books, or shipping, or any of these things. I am a publisher. I will take care of that for you. Number two, we're also going to run a bestseller campaign for your book. It's not just enough that you become a published author today or self-published today. You need to become best at what you do. And I use my team. The entire team will be put at your disposal, and we will be running a campaign to help you become a bestseller in that category of after you become a published author. Number three, we are also going to design a book cover for you. We'll be designing a cover, a beautiful cover that matches with the messaging. It can have your picture on the front or back of the book cover. And you will also be involved in the cover creation process so that you can say and see how it all unfolds. Next, your book, all people who participate in the bestseller bootcamp, when they come back for publishing when they come back with their manuscript, we'll be publishing your book in both paperback and digital editions, which means your book will become available online, Kindle versions and all. Plus, it will also become available as a printed book. Your book will be printed and sold in both printed editions and digital editions. Number 5, I will take care, or my team will take care of copy editing and proofreading your book, because I know that some of us are not professional writers, and a lot of grammar issues may crop up when we are speaking. It's not like we are speaking grammatically correct. So that's the reason why we need to get your book, especially when it's getting published internationally. It should be at the international level. So that's the reason why I bring my team of copy editors and proofreaders. Some of them are writing for Huffington Post, the New York Times, the Wall Street Journal. These are the top journalists. So my team of journalists, my team of editors are journalists to top institutions from around the world. They are highly qualified. Most of them have 2 or more degrees in conversational and written English. So these are the kind of people that we work with. They're expensive, but they give that international quality touch to the content that you're putting out to the world, with your name on it. So I want that to be world class, by the way. So next thing, our programmers will also build a website along with list building for your book. I will explain more of that later, because today I want to finish this really fast. So every publisher, I mean every author who publishes with me will get their own website about the book, and also a strategy to create or build a list around your topic that you can monetize later. Number 7, media sharing templates. Very, very important, because after your book gets published, the next step for you is to go to the media. You become available for interviews in newspapers, go to TV shows, get your profile onto magazines, and go on the radio shows. So in order to do all this, you need to share your information to the media, and there's a very specific way to do that. And I'm going to give you a number of templates that you can use to share about you and your book and your branding with the media, and also templates to go and share about your book, about your messaging on social networks as well. So you're going to get all this additional help, additional support, additional marketing to get your book off the ground and into the hands of your readers. Ultimately, there's more. And as a special bonus, access to 10x Wealth and Biz online course. 10x Wealth and Biz was the seminar international summit I did in September in India, attracting thousands of people in Bangalore. So we have an online course from this event, where international speakers trained business owners in India. So you're going to get this online course, plus you're also going to I'm going to give you a recording of the full day session. Lecter, if you don't know Sharon Lecter, she is the co-author of the Rich Dad Poor Dad series of books. She has written 16 books, amazing books, each one of them like bestsellers, international bestsellers. And Sharon was in India. I requested her to come to India, and she came to India, trained a bunch of people in India in a one-day seminar that I organized for her in India. And we have a recording of that session, a full day session that Sharon did for us. And you're going to get a recording of this event, this session, when you agree to participate with the bestseller bootcamp with me. Next step. All right, Star Author Program. I just want to tell you about this. This is not what I'm trying to, what I'm trying to offer you, but this is what I usually do. I help individuals become published. I work with them, create their content, help them get their manuscript, create their manuscript, and then I also publish them, and I help the entire process one-on-one. If I do that one-on-one, if you want me to help you individually to work on your concept, to work on your book, to complete A to Z of creating your book from start to finish, I charge $12,000, or in Indian rupees, it is close to about 8 lakhs, 7.8 lakhs, if we work one-on-one. And I know it's expensive, because my time is so limited that I cannot give to everyone. So the other way around is group coaching, which is what the boot camp is all about. In the boot camp, we'll not be working one-on-one, but I'll be working with a bunch of authors together in the same setting. So that way I can make it so affordable. It's the same service, but it's so affordable that anyone who has got a message, who wants to write and publish a book with me, can do it right away without spending lakhs of rupees on for hiring me or working with me one-on-one. And for example, here are some agreements that you can see on the screen here. If you can actually look at the amount that people have spent to write one chapter. It is not even a book. It's just one chapter to include in one of our books. People have paid close to 3 lakh rupees for that. And today I'm going to give you a different approach to this, which can dramatically reduce the fee that you invest to become a published author. Next step, here we go.
This becomes more clear for me and how to give to you through the bootcamp by startup publishers created by once I attended when I'm attending the bootcamp, the flow and how the reader can understand. And if, for example, if you are reading this book and you are experiencing that, yes, let me try, it is a success of startup publishers. If you see that I applied it and I got some success in my business, that's also majority of the credit goes to startup publishers, because this anyway I had, but if this reached you in this way, this form, the learning which I got from startup publishers. So I really acknowledge Mr. Ram and the whole team of startup publishers for making this as a reality for me.
And I wanted to write a book, but somewhere I was not sure how I would get my book to come onto the shelf. And I met Ram in US last year, and I really knew that he's the person who can help us in India. And when I enrolled for this course, I was so confident that I'm going to get a lot of inputs and insights. And in this 2-day workshop, we started the workshop with a small visualization exercise.
Amazing seminar with Ram on a book blueprint. And I must tell you, this is one of the fantastic programs I have come across. I had this idea of writing a book sometime, and I must say that the framework what Ram has given is amazing. So the key takeaway from this particular seminar is identifying your target audience and knowing how to market your book. And the framework what he has given is amazing, which will compel us to complete this book in next 3 months time frame. So I must recommend this is for the people who would want to build their credibility on their area of expertise, and definitely for the entrepreneurs who would want to have a bigger stage. So I would again congratulate Ram and his entire team for putting up this program, and wish you all the best.
After attending this workshop, it's made this entire job of creating this book so simple. The entire outline is in place. The book that I want to write about, the outline and the topics, everything is in place. So, kudos to Ram for a great workshop. I absolutely benefited a lot, and I would strongly recommend anyone who's wanting to become an author in the near future to attend this one workshop.
So that was some reactions from some of our earlier participants. You may know some of them, you may not know some of them, but this is generally what people feel if they participate in our boot camp. So again, let's do the reality check once again. Now, after going through this presentation so far, put yourself in one of these two buckets. Number one is I want to be an author no matter what. And again, number two is I don't know, I'm still not ready. It's okay to be in any bucket. I encourage you to think about which bucket you belong to. Next step. So what's included? If you choose to attend the 28th Jan bestseller bootcamp, where I'll be personally facilitating, interacting, and educating you, coaching you, and also helping you getting your book published, my guarantee. Here's what is included. It's going to be a 1-day intensive boot camp, morning till evening, and you're going to get all the training, the templates, the entire coaching, and your book will be published by Stardom Books United States. And it includes the bestseller campaign, the book cover designing, the formatting into both paperback and digital, and copy editing and proofreading, and book website, along with list building, media sharing templates, 10x online course, and a free ticket to our next live event, because I'll be doing a major event, an international event in India in June. So you're going to get free tickets, the VIP tickets for this live event as well. Of course, you're also going to get videos of Sharon Lecter's seminar, which I did in India. And If you go through this route, if you participate through the bestseller boot camp, will be very, very less compared to the investment that you may want to make if you if you have to make if you want to work with me one on one. Group coaching is way less, and I call it as an investment because the investment that you make for the boot camp with me is going to come back to you in the form of royalties. When your book sells, you get royalties. Authors get paid royalties for the sales of their books, and in our case, we enter into contracts with our you decide to go to the boot camp with me, you get 100% royalties with the sale of books, as long as, I mean, until the investment is paid off. Until whatever the investment that you make to participate in this boot camp, until that is paid off, I will give you 100% royalties. I will not keep a single dollar or a rupee from the sale of your book. You get everything until the royalties cover your investment, and after that you get 80% royalties for life. As long as your book sells, you keep getting 80% of royalties to you, and I keep 20%. So that's how I'll stay in business, and that's how I will support you more than me, because I've already made my millions. For me, it's more of an impact. For me, it's more of helping a number of people who have a message to become published authors. So that's the reason why I want to make it very affordable, and I also wanted to make it very enticing, and I also wanted to give it back. That's the reason why I call it as an investment. The fee you pay to get in the boot camp, that will become your investment in yourself to create your own new, brand new identity for yourself. Next point. Where is this happening? This is happening at Chancery Pavilion in Bangalore on 20th January. It's going to be a Saturday. It starts at like 8 a.m. in the morning with breakfast and concludes by 7 o'clock in the evening. So it's an entire day. Lunch is included. You will spend with me an entire day figuring out and doing the actual exercises, because that's the reason why I call it as a boot camp. It's not going to be a lecture. It's going to be a very interactive session with me with a limited number of participants. It's not going to be a huge a mass audience. I'll be having very few people working closely together, and we'll be building your book during the boot camp. And it's going to happen at Chancery Pavilion. Now, what else is included? What else? You get 25 author copies, the printed copies of your book. You get international ISBN. My company in the US is going to allocate an ISBN, international US-based ISBN for your book. You get Goodreads page setup, Amazon author page. Your profile picture and information is going to be become available on Amazon, the world's #1 book retailer. And you also have the author publisher contract. Whatever you saw today in this presentation is going to be mentioned in the author publisher contract. And in our case, author, which is you, keep 100% rights, copyrights on your book. You only give me your permission to publish your work. So it essentially means you own everything. You own the copyright. You have the complete control over your content, or your book. That's what is going in the contract as well. And you also get 80% to 100% royalties, and breakfast and lunch is also included on the day of the bootcamp. And your book will become available on CreateSpace, Books, iBookstore, Kobo, Amazon, Nook, Copy, and dozens of other retailers all over the world, including India. Again, your investment is very little compared to one-on-one sessions. Next, is there a guarantee? Yes, of course, there is a guarantee. By participating in this bootcamp, I guarantee that you will get coaching and templates to ensure your book is written within 30 days. I'm going to give you the templates and coaching to do that, or to make that happen. And Stardom Books US is going to officially publish your book both as a paperback and in the digital format. I can guarantee that because I own this publishing company. And number 3, you will become a best-selling author. I can guarantee this because we'll be running a bestseller campaign. Our team will be running a bestseller campaign for your book. So I only guarantee what I can accomplish. That's the reason why I'm giving you all these rock solid money back guarantees. Next step. The bestseller bootcamp for availability and fee structure. Some of you are wondering, okay, how do I enroll? What is the fee? So this is a open public forum where I do not discuss the actual fee. If you are really interested to participate in the boot camp, if you want to know whether there are any seats available for January 20th in India, the next one is happening in Australia, and the other one is happening 18. It's happening in Los Angeles. So if you are interested to participate in any of these, or especially to the Bangalore event of 2018, we are not. I don't know whether we'll be doing any other boot camp in India in 2018. So this is your only chance. If you want to become an internationally published author, your chance, your opportunity is right there in front of you in the new year, in January, on the 20th, Saturday. And all you have to do is URL startumbooks.com/webinar hyphen enroll. I have a special deal for people who are on this webinar. And or you can also go and scan this QR code you see on the screen right now, or visit the link below, or you can also call my support desk, which is 99648 12292, and one of my executives will speak with you, understand your requirements, and also direct you on how to get started. So the best way is to go to this startumbooks.com/webinar enroll and fill a small form there, and the best time to reach out to you, and we will discuss the next steps, the availability and the fee structure over phone. Next step. In any given moment, you have two choices. Number one, safety, or you can step forward into growth. If you think you share the passion for writing a book, growing your business along with it, and inspiring a lot of people, I invite you to come forward. I invite you to take the next big step. I invite you to the Bestseller Bootcamp on January 20th, Bangalore. And again, the same instruction. If you want to know the availability and the fee structure, go to this URL here, go to this website, startumbooks.com/webinar enroll, or scan the code and fill the small form there, and we'll get in touch with you. One of our executives, or I'll personally get in touch with you, and we can take it forward. Now, I hope you got a lot of value from this presentation. I'm 10 minutes over time already, so I wanted to finish this by 12:30. It's 12:40, but I'm still open for Q&A. If you have any questions, fire them away and let me answer your question. And someone says the URL is not available. Let me just check that. It is opening up. Yeah, it may be give me a second. Let me just try to figure that out. I'm sure it was working. Let me just check that. Here it is. Okay, it is startumbooks.com. The URL is startumbooks.com/webinar enroll. Yeah, that's what it is on the page. startumbooks.com/webinar enroll is working. It is a live link. Let me just put that into the on-air message here. I think you can see the message on the screen now. You can see the link on the screen directly. It is working. So now let's get back to the question and answer session. If you have any questions, okay, fire them away. Number one, yes, I want to be an author no matter what. Shiva says, welcome, Shiva. And bucket number one, Salim, yes. And yeah. Yeah, someone says Shankar is saying startumbooks.com webinar enroll is working. Yes, it is working. And someone is asking whether what is the mode of payment or EMI. That part you can discuss when you call this number, or when you fill the form. One of our agents, one of our staff members is going to reach out to you, or I will personally reach out to you, and we can discuss this part. But basically, I want you to understand and do this. If you really feel that you have to do this, you have to do and become an internationally published author. And people are saying thank you, Ram. And I would say thank you very much for joining us on this webinar on a weekday, spending time like 60 to 90 minutes with me. I am really honored and blessed to be able to do this, and hopefully we'll be able to work together in the near future. And I'll see some of you who are on this webinar in Bengaluru on January 20th. I look forward to that. What better way the new year by by creating a new identity, or writing and publishing a new book in 2018? Isn't this amazing for you to become an internationally published author? And I hope I'll be able to help you create that new identity. I will work with you to create that new identity for you. Unfortunately, I will not be able to do that after January 20th. This is going to be your and my only chance to get together and do this for you. So apart from this, I'll be sending you other resources, cool videos and downloads that I want to send you away, apart from the bestseller bootcamp, which is the purpose today. Some of you may find that interesting or useful. Shweta is saying, thank you, Ram. Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you too, Shweta. And of course, this is a live event, live show. That is the reason why I am able to see all your messages and replying back to your questions. This is not a recorded video. Even though you see the logo of YouTube at the bottom of the video, that means I am doing this entire webinar on YouTube platform. I am using their live streaming platform to reach out to you guys. But I am online. It is 12:45 exactly on my clock, on my computer right now, and it's a Thursday morning. Because some people have this little suspicion, right? Is this a recorded video that Ram is just playing? No, this is live, and I'm here with you. You all showed up, and I also know that the link is working. And if you're filling the form, let me know, and I'll personally reach out to you. And there's another question. Some time ago, someone asked me, how do we gather the 10 FAQs? Number one, you already know. If you are a subject expert, you already are getting people asking you these questions. Or the best way to figure that out is go to Google and put your topic, and Google automatically pops up questions that other people are asking about this topic, you see. And also, another very good resource to figure out what questions people are asking about your topic is go to this website, Quora, Quora, Quora.com. And there people are asking a lot of questions about a lot of different topics. You put in your topic, and there are so many questions that people are asking. So these are the questions that you should be answering because it's your topic. And Ram, another person who shares my first name, asks, how many days did it take to write a book, and how did you decide what to write, and how did you do the research for the content? I took actually 2 years to write my book, and another 2 years to actually get it published. It's like 2 to 4 years. But the kind of teaching that I am doing now, because I did it myself, I'm also an author, I'm also an entrepreneur, I'm also a publisher. Now I am bringing the combined distilled wisdom and my insights into this bootcamp, where I will help you publish your content, figure out all these things, like figure out your topic, figure out your audience, figure out your goals for the book, outline, create a draft, and prepare the FAQs, SAQs, all these different. It's not the only way. The one model I showed you today, that's not the only way to create your book. There are many different ways, models that I'm going to share with all of you in the bootcamp. So you can use any of these models to create your work, and I'll also help you become a published author in 30 to 90 days. That's my promise. So I think we are. Oh, Shankar says, Ram, I'm interested. Call me. So he's giving me his phone number. Sure, Shankar, I will call you. And Shiva says, congrats. You are so sincere, honest, and articulating in your presentation. Hopefully, I'll be able to work with you. Thank you very much for your inspiration. I had tears today as I went through the Close Your Eyes session today. I'm now committed to myself and the book I want to write. Thank you, Shiva. Thank you for sharing your message here, how you felt. I wanted you to feel that way because that's how I felt too. And I can resonate with you and I can relate to that. Okay, Shankar gives another resource here for those of you who want to check what questions other people are talking about your topic. It's called Answer the Public. I think it should be some .com or .org or whichever the extension is. I think if you just go to Google and ask for a search for Answer the Public, probably you'll be able to get to that website. And yeah, and Srikanth says, I want to be rich and successful by 2018 February. Looking forward to work with you. Thank you, Srikanth, for being here with me online for 90 minutes. And I'm sure with this conviction, I'm sure you will reach your dreams, and a book will give wings to your dreams so that you can reach your destination faster, sooner, in a more effective way. Thank you so much, guys. There are some more questions. There are some more questions and some more resources, but I'll be sharing answers to those additional questions. Probably I will send you a video to share additional resources or additional strategies that I find useful, that I think will be useful for you. For now, I will say goodbye to all of you and hoping to see some of you on 20th Jan in the new year in Bengaluru. And I wish you all the very best. Until we meet next time, I want you to keep smiling, believe in yourself, and get all the best things in life.